wolf and gorilla team up, fight giant lizard, and they live happily ever after. The end. Nah, I'm just kidding. Oh, well, my name's Fox Ryan, and I'm at Fox, and welcome to another 9-bit movie reviews. And this time I just saw Rampage, the newest Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movie, which is another, which now I think about it, he's done 2 video game movies. One of them kind of sucked. This one, not bad, not that bad. I liked it. As if no one knows, this is the movie Rampage, which is based off the apparently arcade game. I've only played the it was for the PS2, I think. It was like the updated version. It was not 3D, but like it was still like the 2D Smash kind of thing. Or basically the entire point of the game. Maybe there was a story, but at least for the whole entire point of the game is that you play as one of the 3 main characters. You play as Ralph the Wolf, you play as George the Gorilla, or you play as Lizzie the Lizard, because original that one. You play as either of these 3, and you then basically just go around destroying buildings, climbing on top of them, smashing them, eating people, if I remember correctly, and basically just overall causing rampage and mayhem. And they made that small premise into a whole movie, and I really did like it. Because basically you're following, of course, there's, it actually opened up in, I highly recommend this, go watch it if you want to. Go see it, in theaters and such. But, basically it opens up in space where a company basically tells a scientist on a satellite, basically saying, if you don't get these samples back to Earth, we're not letting you get back to Earth while there's a giant rat flying around. She makes it to the shuttle with the stuff. Rat scratches the glass, which I immediately thought, okay, that glass is you better get out of there before that glass kind of smashes. And turns out, with the pressure and everything, that's what happens. Smashes, she gets burned up. 3 canisters fly off onto Earth, and those 3 canisters make our way to our main 3 animals. George being a gorilla in a habitat sanctuary where the Rock is, and the Rock is more animals than people. And basically, George, of course, starts growing bigger and stronger. And basically, it all is that, like, it's a very simple plot. Basically, evil corporate a-holes want to use CRISPR, I guess it's called, where it's genetic mutating and stuff like that. They want to use that to basically make super weapons and sell those and stuff. 3 canisters flew off, and they basically go to these. It changes, instead of just one cell at a time, I guess how CRISPR does it. It actually affects everything. And of course, like, they add, like, apparently it's a mix of different things, like stuff like how alligators and apparently sharks, that they just keep on growing and growing. And because, yeah, that's what they do. They just keep growing and growing. Actually, alligators are kind of immortal. They can never actually die via old age. But they can die, of course, if they grow too big to where they can't actually feed themselves. That is the downside of that. But yeah, like they say, like, what if we gave the great white shark's kind of ability to grow mixed with this and this and added it to this gorilla, and of course it makes them super big. And like, the thing is, I will say though, it looks like the gorilla kind of got the short end of some of the stick. Like, one, also, this movie I really do like, because, what is it? I'm pretty sure it's like PG-13 or something. But they kill so many people on screen. There's not a lot of blood. There is some blood, but there's not a lot of blood. But they kill so many people on screen. It becomes a dark comedy at times. Where, like, one character just lets a guy go to his death, basically, because he's too stupid to figure it out that he's going to die. Or at one point, you just see you see multiple people get eaten by the monsters. And it's just like, oh my god. And it's freaking great. It's freaking great. Just like, so many people die. There's a death in this scene that made me sad. Someone gets decapitated. And I was so sad when I saw it happen. I was hoping they'd come back somehow. But, after decapitation. Boy. But, this is really good. I really did like this. FYI, this is basically a fun disaster giant monster movie. And mind you, there's like, at least to me, there's about 2 to 3 different giant monster movies. There's Titans, which I guess that's pretty knocked down too. But like, there's Titans, which are like the legendary Godzilla, the American Godzilla, not the first one, the one that came out like a couple years ago, like 2013, I think it came out. I don't know. That one, something like that, where it's like they're super huge. They like stand over buildings and stuff, and just are destructive masses of just pure destruction. And then there's kind of these giant monsters where it's like they're not like towering over buildings, but they're so freaking huge. That's what these guys are. Even though, again, like I said, I feel like the gorilla kind of got the short end of some of this genetic shtick, because like apparently, again, like they mix different DNAs together, and that's what made these different like super strong, like made these three super big and super strong, and also apparently makes them rage. But what was it? Fudge, what was it? But like the wolf, you can straight up see that like it has porcupine DNA. It has what was it? Porcupine DNA. It has flying squirrel DNA. The alligator, you see, like it has like warthog DNA mixed in with like I guess a stegosaurus DNA, and like all these different stuff mixed together. And like I think even a fish DNA at some point, because it had like gills. So like you can tell like, it has all of them. And then like George the gorilla is a gorilla, albino gorilla. That's really it. Like he doesn't get any special different animal mixes. He just looks like a big white gorilla. And I guess they did it so they can make it hero wise. And FYI, like this movie like gets to the point where it's like, fun. I don't know who is actually gonna live and who is gonna die. Or like if this is gonna be like another movie and stuff, and like it's funny enough because there's the same place in Chicago, which I didn't really remember because I'm in Chicago right now, and I'm like, this is better destruction than I saw in like the Transformers movies, and it's freaking great. It's honestly really cool, especially like because a lot of the scene takes place on the Sears Tower, and I'm like, that's kind of freaking cool. And the thing is, it took me a while to figure out, like, the bad guys work out of the Sears Tower. And I'm like, it took me a while to figure that out until, like, at one point where you see, like, a shot of, like, them circling around the Sears Tower, the camera circling around the Sears Tower. And I'm like, oh, that's the Sears Tower! And people next to me were like, really? You just figured that out? I'm like, sorry, there's freaking, like, 2 buildings with, like, giant white antennas. And also I just thought, like, made up thing. But, yeah, that was cool. And also, like, even in the background, even a cool thing is, in the background of the main bad guys, there's 2 main bad guys, kind of. Really, it's this one chick who owns the company who's, like, making the Rampage serum or whatever. She, like, in the back of that little office, they actually have an arcade, cabinet that has Rampage on. Like, that's freaking cool. There's probably a lot more references that I didn't see or got yet. But it was kind of cool seeing all that stuff. Ralph was like one of my favorites. So I was like, fudge, yeah. Ralph was like my favorite in the, when playing the game. So I was like, fudge, yeah, Ralph. It was freaking cool. Negan, the guy an actor who plays Negan, he's funny. He's real funny, even though he's like a cowboy and always has a gun on his hip kind of thing. But the thing is, he never pulls the gun. I was waiting for the scene where like he pulls out the gun and it's on epic and just like goes, bop, 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 and shoots at the animal. You have the giant creature or something, but we never see that. They drop a higher level of the word crap, S-H-I-T, I guess. I don't know. I don't like swearing. They drop that word like so many goddamn times in this movie. It's really funny. There's like a poaching kind of thing going on. Also, at one point, like they kind of talk about poaching a bit, like how it's bad. Trying to think of all the things, but yeah, this was a fun film. I really liked it. Like, if you want a good, fun, like just destroying monster movie or like destroying city kind of movie, I would say maybe go away from Pacific Rim and go watch this one, or the Pacific Rim Uprising, and go watch this one if you want a pretty good one. Because even like, well, Pacific Rim I think would be the second category. where it is like they are huge and towering over buildings, but they're not like got legendary Godzilla huge, like god-like. So it'd be like godlike titans and then like giants. Yeah, this was fun. I liked this movie a lot. It was really fun watching. It was cool. There is a sad point in it, but like I never felt sad. And also like the lead actors, The Rock and the main girl, like I think they're kind of supposed to make it kind of feel like a love interest maybe, but I never felt any chemistry there. I don't know. I didn't feel any chemistry there. All the characters aren't. I wouldn't say all of them are like really deep. Maybe The Rock gets a little bit more back. Well, The Rock and maybe the main girl kind of are a little bit more deeper, maybe. But then again, that's not really the point of this movie. The movie is just to have fun watching monsters destroy the city, and it really delivers on that, and I really like it. Even though, again, when you compare all three of these monsters together, it's just like, wow, the gorilla got a real short end of the stick. Because not only is he like the smallest out of all these giants, he's also, again, like the less mutated. So I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks. They could have gave him like, I don't know, if you want, I don't know, he has the DNA of electric eels, so he has electricity coming out of his fists or something. I don't freaking know. Something like that. But other than that, the movie was fun. I liked it. Tell me you guys in the comments below. Thank you for watching whichever videos that I've done. The links are on my Facebook page around there somewhere. And we will see you later. Man, there's so many good video game movies coming out right now.